So the time is 12:34, and I thought, to be honest, that is quite impressive because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's incredible number synchronicity. Now, I wasn't going to do any more videos because I'm genuinely about to start working on continuing my book project. Um, but this video come up amongst other videos, a lot of pointing towards success, especially after I just did my readings where I showed um, sort of Jesus, Buddha, Archangel Michael, their faults on my journey so far and things. And it's nice. The reality is, like, I'm going to get into this video in a sec, and I think, it come up, and I just thought, to be honest, like, rather than watch it all, I'll just stop and come show it here. I don't I don't really care about other people's perceptions of my journey or, what they try and do off of it. It's like, it's irrelevant to me. I'm just always focused on my own journey. I think if you ever try to mimic or copy someone, I just can't help but think how hard work that is. If you was to do that, you're always trying to be something you're not. So you always have to continue to hide behind that mask, and that must get exhausting. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm literally following my own path. What anyone does externally is irrelevant. I will just continue pushing forward. If my path's longer, it's longer, but I just keep doing what I'm doing. For me, it's effortless. I'm just growing my connection to source spirit, my spirituality. I'm always developing. I'm always enhancing my abilities. So, like, where I'm speaking, and I'm growing my platform and the way I articulate things. So I'm developing in this sense, but also with my writing. So my writing's continually evolving. So I'm not copying anyone. You can lock me in a room on my own, and I'll just create. I'll just create my pieces of magic. If someone needs to create magic based off what I do, and they need to learn to, I think, be original. That's all I would say. I create content to try and inspire up people to sort of follow their own passions, their dreams, and be themselves, be authentic. And anyone that does anything other than that is just making their life incredibly hard. Maybe you get short-term win, but you're not winning in life by not being yourself. I'm just going to leave it there. So really, when someone lives a life doing that, it's of no consequence to me. I will just continue doing what I do. Um, so anyway, let's see what this video is doing. But I've had a lot of videos just recently talking about it, like imminent success. And honestly, I feel it in me. And that's the thing. It's like spirit's always guiding us. And when they're ready for me to have my breakthrough, they will open the doors wide open. And I don't doubt that at all. So to some people, it'll be an overnight success, almost like a miracle. And it's like, it was always meant to happen, which is why I'm calm in the chaos. It's like I just build what I'm supposed to build, create what I'm supposed to create, and grow what I'm supposed to grow. And I know the door will open when it's supposed to. It's like, okay, finally, let's get on with this. Next chapter. And it's effortless to me because I'm just myself. I don't need to play a character. I have no interest in it. It's like, but anyway, let's see the video.
So Hecate is really present for this message, and all I kept hearing was "you are seen, you are seen." And at the bottom of the deck, you have miracles and you have transcending fear. You are seen. You are more powerful than you think. You are more powerful than you think. I feel like you've seen yourself as small your entire life. You've seen yourself as small your entire life, or you thought yourself smaller than what you actually are. And you are stepping more and more closer and closer to your power, closer and closer to your destiny. And miracles are going to start unfolding for you in miraculous ways, in magical ways, in ways that you might have not even understood back in the day. You needed to go through everything that you went through, and you needed to go through this anxiety, through this fear, through this uncertainty, through this death and rebirth, through this ego integration, degeneration is what I'm hearing here as well. You needed to go through those phases for you to be able to understand that all you need in this world is your energy, and that can never be taken away from you. That your power truly does lie in your energy, in your being, in your truth, in your authenticity, in your uniqueness, in your royal being. There's a lot here about royal regal, about coming to power in yourself, coming to power on yourself, being fully in your most authentic truth, and being really in your throne. This is really stepping into your throne, stepping into your purpose. People try to copy you. People try to copy you. People try to take from your energy. People might have tried even from the past to destiny swap. They tried to take your energy. They tried to make a life for themselves based off of what you lived in. They tried to become you. And there's people specifically, I'm hearing, like maybe even feminines or masculines in general, that It's as if like they took your character, they took your words, they took your fashion sense, they took your position in the world, your knowledge, your wisdom, and made it their own. I'm hearing something about like people blocking you. There's something about people blocking you because they see you succeed, and it pisses them off. There's something about them being pissed off at the way that you ascend, at the way that you upgrade, at the way that you are truly unbothered by them and unbothered by their attempts to take away your energy. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you because you are protected. You are divinely guided. You literally have an armor around you of your guides and of your spirit team. In Hecate, there's this vengeance that is coming.
Kid you not, as soon as she said that, massive goosebumps and chills around me. Yeah, it's quite intense at the moment. So yeah, like I say, they are around me, and I'm just forever guided, and that's why I don't really care about anything external. So I'll just do what they need me to do. I'm not here for the riches of this world. I get a lot of signs that wealth is coming, and you're going to live a great life, and you're going to do good things. And I've always said that if I'm wealthy in the future, of course, it's about building my own stability first, and it's important you do things in stages. And I'll always do everything that's in alignment. Um, so I'll always know what I need to do. It won't be what everybody demands of me because I don't live my life like that. I haven't today, and I won't tomorrow. So if people try to force me to be a certain way or do this, do that, and they start questioning things, it's like I don't need to answer questions. I just do what I do, and whatever I'm called to do, I will always do, an honest spirit. So, for instance, if I feel an internal nudge to help someone on an individual basis, I will. If I'm supposed to do something on a grand scale, I will. I will do everything they need me to do. And that is what my life is governed by. So I just follow the path. It can't be bought. It can't be influenced. It's literally whatever I'm supposed to do at a given moment is what I do. Um, so it all becomes irrelevant. Like I said, when spirit is ready to give me an opportunity, they'll give me it. It doesn't matter what someone else tries to do externally. Sometimes you could argue that sort of copying is flattering in some way, and overall, as long as it's healing people, I think that's the whole point, isn't it? We're trying to heal the planet, and it's up to spirit to decide whether something's beneficial or not. It's nothing to do with me. I just keep creating and building. But yeah, I just think, like you say, we all have a life path. We all have a purpose for being here and things. And I think if you lose sight of your own journey, I think it's just sad. And that's the thing. So someone copying would eventually get frustrated because they get fed up being in shadow. If you're copying, you're not the original. The original is always going to outclass the shadow, and then they'll get vengeful, and then they'll get spiteful, and they won't think it's fair. And it's like, yeah, because you've never even been yourself. If you're only ever trying to be me, that doesn't make sense to me. It's like you can't ever be me. I am me in the purest form, in the same way other people are themselves in their purest form. So I just think that's the wrong path for anyone to take. Effectively, if you look at me, I don't copy anyone. So if I thought that was beneficial, then that would be a path, wouldn't it? But I don't see the benefit in that at all. I'd rather take this longer path and be myself and let everything flow naturally. Because at the end of the day, there's no point taking 10 steps forward if you're not ready for it. Of course, we all want everything now, but can you handle it? That's the big question. So the slow journey for me, or at least the journey I've had, and the struggles and the obstacles and things, it's like, yeah, it's helped build me into who I am. So some people may take exception to that. It's like, yeah, but I'm the one that's lived it. So I'm the one that's I've had to overcome the obstacles that have been put in front of me. I'm the one that spoke out and put myself front and center. When other people are maybe terrified to do anything similar at the time. Effectively, you end up paving the path for others to effectively follow because you stepped outside your comfort zone and did the unexpected, So yeah, I don't follow anyone, never have.
Coming through here, 233. Yes, unlimited potential, sacred mission initiation, and you have alchemy, make way for the new. There's this vengeance that is coming through here from Hecate, because she's there. It's as if like there's something that you have a purpose with Hecate. You have a purpose with Hecate here to be able to do what is required to be done by her, through her, with her. It's kind of like all of it linked together. It's like she needs you at the same time as you need her. The divine needs you the same way that you need the divine. And you're realizing that, and you're keeping humble. You're keeping humble. Oh, not it's stopping at 313, so that might be significant as well for some of you guys. There's 3 cards that dropped, and you have Holy Union, Rama and Sira, the divine director, create space for divine order to unfold, and divine intervention, way out the option, choose the highest good. Right now, your job, above everything else, right now, your job is to follow your heart and to listen to the union between the divine and yourself and your vessel. To choose the action, the intention, the ritual, maybe even, the mindset and the truth that feels right in your heart space. You're going to be seeing the truth of people more clearly. You're going to see where the follower lies. You're going to see that there's going to be more and more people that are hopping on the trends, is what I'm hearing here, making it a trend to be you. Whether they do it directly or they do it indirectly, because you represent an energy. There's something about you. You represent an entire energy. You represent an entire collective. You represent an entire power. You represent an entire family. You represent an entire soul planet. You represent an entire divine guidance. You represent something massive. And people and beings are hopping on the trend, trying to become you, whether they do it consciously or subconsciously. And you're going to be able to see through them much faster. Listen to that calling. You might feel like the only answer that you have is within you. You might feel like the only guidance and support that you have is within you at this moment. This is what you need to feel to be able to receive the real support that you're meant to receive. Because in this moment, you're going to be able to request the support that you require to be able to continue to grow, to be able to continue to ascend. Through this process of feeling alone, of feeling unsupported, of feeling like all of the masks are falling, and I'm feeling it in the third eye, of all of the masks are falling, of you seeing the truth of life, of people, of beings, while others do not see it. You seeing that truth is going to trigger something inside of you that is going to also give you an opportunity to receive a gift, to be able to request either more followers, more fame, more money, more relationships, more unions, more community, more housing opportunities, more job opportunities, whatever it is. You're going to be able to receive what you require for you to be able to continue doing what you need to do. There's a card that flipped. Spiritual awakening, understanding the inner workings, interconnectedness. Exactly. In this moment, and I'm seeing moving towards December 13th. It's Friday the 13th too, this week. Moving towards the Friday the 13th. There's this energy of lightheartedness that is coming through. As you activate to the truth of your being. Some of you guys might be going through different stages of the Kundalini awakening. You might be going through different stages of ascension.
Kid you not, I was thinking about that today because my sleep pattern's been outrageous for the past week, maybe even 2 weeks. I'm not even sleeping. Like literally, I'm awake the whole night. It's absolutely outrageous, and then I'll just pass out randomly during the day. It's got out of control. And even today, I just thought about that myself. I thought, I think I'm going through an upgrade. It must be, you don't realize you're going through it until later on, you start to connect the dots and go, this hasn't been normal. Yeah, I think I'm having upgrades. And when I thought that, I think I got chills then, and it was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because like the reading I had yesterday, I did for myself, and it was asking Jesus, Buddha, Archangel Michael, my guides, like what they say about me, all these things, and it was beautiful. And I can feel this precipice of change, and it makes sense that you would have some sort of upgrades in alignment with that next phase of your journey. You're increasing, your energy is increasing, your frequency rising, and all that. It's pointing towards what she's saying there.
You might be realizing your potential, not knowing what you're meant to do with that information either. And I'm seeing literally, like I'm seeing Donald Duck, like the one with the money, where literally I'm seeing him just bringing you a big bag. It's like they're bringing you a big bag of money, and they're like, here you go. And I'm seeing you have no idea where this money is going to come from. You have no idea where this money is going to come from, because I'm seeing you just being like, how, where the fuck is that going to come from? You have no idea where is it going to come from. It's going to literally drop on your lap. Like I'm seeing you're walking down the street, I'm seeing someone just putting a suitcase next to you and it's full of cash. It's going to be miraculous, but you're meant to receive. Interesting. You're meant to receive, I'm hearing your divination through miracles. So you might be upgrading your psychic abilities as well, 233. You might be upgrading your powers. You might be upgrading your understanding, because again, you're seeing life differently. You're seeing it through a different lens. It's as if like you're living your life as an outsider, as an observer. You're no longer living your life as one of the others, one of the humans. You're not human. Yeah, clairvoyance activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. Right now, it's so important for you to continue trusting your intuition and continue trusting what it is that you see. It's going to feel as if you're judging people. It's going to feel as if you're judging life, as if you're judging situations. You're not judging anything. Your intuition is speaking to you for you to be able to do something about it, for you to be able to separate yourself from the old timeline, for you to be able to upgrade your confidence with self, to be able to upgrade your powers, to be able to upgrade your sense of self, for you to then be able to do what you need to do to be able to help the divine and to be able to help Hecate. She has called many. She has called many, but not all who seek to represent her are actually meant to represent her. Be aware. Be aware. The truth will prevail. Interesting. Portal and shamanic journey, exactly. Right now, focus on your own path. Even though you're seeing the truths of people, 2, 3, 4, keep moving forward on your path. Your focus needs to be on your path. I'm seeing it like literally you're walking down a path and you're looking left and right and you're seeing the clowns. Like I'm seeing clowns. It's like you're seeing the clowns masking themselves, acting upon certain things. I'm hearing self-righteousness as well. You're seeing them trying to be you, trying to be the representation that you are. It's important for you to just keep watching and keep moving forward. Keep watching and keep moving forward. Act when you feel called to act. That is what is most important right now. I feel like going to a part 2. Oh my god, the cards is 1, 2, 3. I fucking love this. Okay, I'm gonna do a part 2 because
1, 2, 3. I said at the beginning, right? The time was 12:34. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I do want to pull more oracle cards. So 939. Yeah, we're gonna go to part 2. Just as a note, please, like, if this gets like yeeted, this app gets yeeted, you guys can follow on IG or YouTube. Okay, love.
So what's interesting a little bit there is here's my train of thought. It's like I see people with an awful lot more followers than me, and I, you know, it's irrelevant in the end because my life isn't governed in the same way others are. I've never cared for recognition or anything like that. If it comes with doing the right things, then so be it. And likewise, like, it'd be nice to have money and more of a relaxed lifestyle. But nothing I've ever done is for that purpose solely. You know, it'd be nice to have those things, and I value myself high enough that I don't undervalue myself. You know, so it's not greed. It's just like how much do you value yourself. So for instance, my books are not cheap, but it's like the resource that's in them. I think will absolutely help heal people, and I compare it to like a McDonald's, a takeaway. It's like I was gonna. It's as simple. It is as simple as that. And it's like if people can't see that or they're not interested, it's like it's not for me to do it. All I can do is create the work, and it's up to people if they want to invest in themselves. It's the same way. For instance, I was going to get a McDonald's like when I had dinner, and I had the menu all open, and I was going to get it delivered. And I looked at the price of it, and I just thought, what is the point of this shit? Because I can just cook something, and it's so much cheaper, and I don't have to wait for someone to come, and I don't have to risk it being cold. But not being funny, some people just live off takeaways. And if you just miss that one meal, like where I decided I'm not getting McDonald's, I'm going to save the money. That's how other people can live. You can literally save the money. Anybody can save the money. Even if you go, I can't afford it, it's too expensive. Well, then just save £2 each week. Save something and get it in a month. Do you know what I mean? It's always, I don't put up with excuses in my life, and I'm not interested in that sobs like pity parties. If someone wants it, they'll be able to get it. And that's as simple as that. If they're not interested, not interested. But I value myself, you know, so I would never undervalue myself. So like I say, there's people with far bigger followers to me, but I can't actually watch some of their content because it triggers me. It drives me nuts. There's one who I've been watching their development, and I think, you know what, they're getting stronger, and I like that. But you can see when you listen to people speak and you watch their content, you can sort of see where they are on their healing journey and their development. And they're younger, and all of a sudden, every video, I kid you not, like I'm not this sort of like self-righteous person who says you can't have swear. Because I mean, I swear in my own life when I'm around people. I don't realize how much I do it, but I do it. But I don't do it for effect. I do it. Sometimes I do it as a laugh. It depends on the situation, you know. But when I watch this person's content, I just can't help but feel that they're just throwing swear words out just to seem tough and confident. And that's how that's how I'm perceiving it, because I'm watching it exactly when I watch the timing of it, like why they do it, and I'm like, this is just pissing me off, because it's like, you're not like, okay, I swear in there, but it's just there's no relevance to it. I could understand if you're angry, you swear. I could understand if there's a circumstance and it's, you know, I'm good at analyzing people, and I just look and I can see a lack of confidence, and they're trying to add confidence to their thing by swearing, and I'm like, you're just losing the message. You're losing the message. Someone that's truly confident doesn't need to. So every time and it's all their videos now. So, you know, I noticed it, and then I started watching more, and I'm like, oh, I can't even get through it. As soon as they start doing it, I'm like, if they do it one more time, which I know is going to happen, I'm going to have to switch off, no matter how good their video is. And they do it, and I switch off. There's another guy, and I think, you know what, he's got a good message. Every bloody sentence he says, okay. So he might say, so you know, so things are going to improve, okay? And it's like, you keep doing it, and you're like, mate, if you say okay one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. And he says okay, or he'll say there's another word, and I'm like, mate, you just want to leave a comment and say, look, if I wish you'd stop saying okay, because your content would elevate and it wouldn't be so triggering. But of course, you do that, you look like someone incredibly negative, so I have to just switch off, and he'll never know. He'll never know, and it's like you're just losing an audience with that shit. So there's levels, I think, to the content you create, of course. Um, yeah, like I said, I just beat to my own drum anyway. It's like, at the end of the day, I'd love to give people advice and help them see the things maybe they're not seeing, but at the same time, it's not for me to judge. You know, we all have an innate ability to observe. In the same way she's just said there, you will look like you're being critical of people, and maybe even rude, but it's like you're just noticing things, your awareness, and it's like, exactly. And I don't want to be rude to them, so I don't say anything. But I know if they was receptive and open to listening, I know I could help them elevate their content and the way they express themselves, because there's just no need for these mannerisms. You remove them, and you take it. Now, it's hard for me to say this, but I've been noticing an awful lot. If we look, say, a certain ethnicity, um, they repeat an awful lot, and I can't handle repetition. It actually is something that sears into my head. And it's like they start a video and they'll say something, and then they'll say it again, and they say it again. But it's almost like that's how they've been brought up to repeat things to make a point, and it's supposed to have an impact. For me, it doesn't have an impact. It just irritates the shit out of me. It's like, you don't have to keep saying it. We heard it the first time, but I'm seeing it all the time, and I've been wanting to talk about it to try to raise awareness, so they stop. And it's like, maybe and then that elevates their work. Because if you remove these mannerisms, your work elevates, your message becomes clearer and more impactful, and it makes you more articulate. So then you become better at what you do, you know. But you can't say anything, because then people get bent out of shape, and it's like a personal attack. Or even further than that, it makes it look like you're picking up a whole entire ethnicity, which isn't the case at all. It's just, I'm noticing, and I think if other people open their eyes, they'd see it too, you know. So it's really just to eradicate that repetition, and your content's so much better. You know, I can't say anything, so I don't say anything. So I just focus on uplifting, improving myself on a regular basis, you know. It's like, make myself better, keep doing what I'm doing. And effectively, that's all you can do, you know. There's no point ever watching on at someone and being jealous. I think you can learn from each other. But it's really important that you stay in your own lane, I think. And never just try to mimic someone, because I think that's such a waste. It's such a waste of life to try and be something you're not. And I couldn't even ever. I couldn't ever. And the good thing is, once you invest in yourself and you become your purest form, it's like anything's possible. And I'm seeing very, very highly respected, influential, well established people I would say in a similar field, but I think I'm unique in what I do, and on different levels. So I don't have an inferiority complex, or think what I do isn't good enough. I just haven't got the audience yet. But I watch I see what they say, and I hear that what they say, and then I observe, and I'm like, I know I'm good at what I do too. I don't feel less than. I just don't have the audience yet. And people are only going to see snippets at this stage. People will only see one video here, there. Most won't know the story. But the ones that have followed my story will get it. They'll see the growth, the elevation, the transparency, the honesty, the authenticity. Someone watching it for the first time, they'll just maybe see arrogance, a bit of egotism, opinionated, but they don't know all the story. And it's only when you delve deeper where you start to understand who I am, what I'm about, what I'm striving for, and what I've been growing. And as I say, and that doesn't come from copying people. I beat to my own drum, and like I said, I'm more than willing. I'm more than comfortable to go this life poor. I'm more than comfortable just to create and help humanity, whatever I'm here to do. Um, I just think too many people lose themselves in the pursuit of gold, and it's like that's just stupid. If you become successful doing what you're called to do, and following your passions, then that's great. That would be beautiful. But don't lose yourself in pursuit of that. So that's the thing. That's the thing with me. I'm not. So I would continue creating for the rest of my life, even if it's only really to myself. That's fine. If I've got something to say in verbally or in the written word, then I'll do it. And I'll share the journey, and I'll keep growing and keep ascending and keep sharing and keep doing. And that's irrespective of an audience, really. Because like I say, the work's there. People can watch video content for free. They can listen to podcasts for free. They can buy the audiobook or listen to a sample. They can buy a book or read the sample. Um, it's up to them how they want to invest in themselves, their future, and whether they see me as a viable option to help instigate a profound change on their life. But that's not for me to determine that. All I can do is put the work in, and it's for people to decide for themselves, like who you trust. I think that's important. Yeah, I don't want to say more than that really, because there's such a thing as I think you can acquire loads and loads of books and think this one's cheaper, I'm getting that, and then you end up with a mountain of books, and they're not really doing anything for you. Because you have to find the right thing to. I'm not saying that is mine, but what I'm saying is I think sometimes there's certain books, certain stories, they capture our attention, and that helps us heal more. And I think I have a specific way, a unique way of expressing myself and sharing my story. It's not to teach people, it's to share an experience. And that in itself will be educational, where people will learn for themselves. Because I don't say do this, do that, do this, do that, do that. I don't like that. It's like, no, I'll share how I overcome things. I'll share my journey. And then up to you what you implement or what you feel is viable or valid in your life. But it's up to you to then make your own choices. So yeah, that's what I do. I don't copy anyone. So she said that was part one, part two, part one. I want to see if she got another video. I don't think it's gonna let me. There we go. So it should say just watched. Oh, it's a recent video. I'm guessing this is the second one then.
And I'm hearing support is coming. Support is coming. You might be feeling really kind of like left out in the cold at the moment, not knowing what you're supposed to do with all of the information that you're being given, or the lack of information that you're feeling maybe even like you're being attacked, but not feeling unsafe. There's this energy of just kind of like sitting, like I'm seeing you just kind of like sitting there and just being like, okay, now what? Like that's the energy. Okay. I'm seeing holes in the soles of your feet as well, in your socks. I'm seeing tennis balls, and I'm seeing a golden retriever. And you have innovation with new creations, and I'm seeing miracles as well here. And you have duality. Mary Magdalene came through right away.
That's really interesting because, like I said, the video I did before this onto YouTube, and I've shared a few on TikTok, like highlights, when I had the reading, and I asked Jesus, Buddha, Archangel Michael, and my guides. And I was thinking of doing further people, really, see if they know of me. Because are they watching from the other side? Because they'll know some of us, especially if you've got a big purpose, they'll know who you are. And it was evident Jesus knew exactly who I am. And so does Buddha. And obviously Archangel Michael. And it was like all of them had positive reactions. And it was like, that's nice. That's nice to have their approval. Yeah, so like I say, I do everything for the right reason. And it's not for me to really care how someone perceives me, because people have insecurities. That's the problem. It's they have insecurities, they vent, they project, and they have a lack of trust, and that's fine. Again, I don't seek validation or trust from people. Do you know what I mean? I just don't have the care for those things. I create, and people can judge me. They can say I don't trust this guy. This guy's full of this. It's irrelevant. It really is absolutely irrelevant. I would still create. I create regardless of the perceptions around me. If spirit needs me to do something, I'll just keep doing it. The right people will see it when they need it. That's all I do it for. Um. So yeah. So the fact that I've got confirmation of let me just do that one because she did say Mary Magdalene. Let's just say because if I'm relevant to this video, although she did say holes in your socks, I have had to throw a couple out. And I would say a golden retriever is a sign of loyalty. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. So not everything's going to be so. What do you call it? It's not going to be so. God damn, what's the word called? Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so 3D. So god damn, I've lost my word with that one. Right, let's take this serious. Oh. Now, not everything's going to be yes. So if it's a negative card, it's a no. If it's a positive card, it's a yes. Tarot has plenty of negatives. Believe me. We'll see what comes up. I don't know if that's in the way. Let me move my phone. Is Mary Magdalene aware of who I am? Okay. Holy shit. It's slight goosebumps, nothing strong, but this is a massive card. I'm not really aware of who Mary Magdalene's story. You know, there's so many people in history. But I'm doing a history book, actually, and I'm covering Mary Magdalene later. I've already done Jesus, and I've done a few others. And that's a book for me to do later, but it's something I really have a strong passion to do, is to put them in the spotlight, the ones from history. Even Buddha's on that list. So if anyone saw me shuffle there in the bottom camera, if you haven't, rewind, have a look. The Empress. And if anyone's seen any of my previous videos, I say a lot that I keep getting, for me, I'm regarded by spirit at the moment, my energy and everything. I am the Empress and the High Priestess. So Mary Magdalene, that's an absolute yes. This is what I'm talking about. You know, I'm here to do good things, but just with spirit. And they all come and had this human experience to help instigate positive changes too, you know. I just think sometimes we're aware of it, sometimes we're not. And it's going to be hard for people to trust or feel comfortable with that because, people get jealous and they want your positions. But it's like, I'm not here for positions. I think that's the difference. I'm not here for positions. I'm here to come here, have this experience, try and have a positive impact, do everything the spirit needs me to do. And then when my time expires, it expires. But I think it's making the most of this time and have an impact, you know. As you can see in my books, I do the best I can. Holy crap. So you've got the Empress. We're talking about Mary Magdalene here. Is she aware of me? You've got the Empress, and then you've got the Temperance, which is like divinely orchestrated balance, healing. Holy shit, man. Look at them cards together. Yeah, I kid you not, man. I'm getting surprised by all of this. Shit. You know, I know she mentions Hecate. I'm not really sure who Hecate is. I get a lot of signs, though, that there's a lot of beings, a lot of very powerful deities and angels and all sorts and entities. They're watching me. I had a video recently saying that spirit, like the archangels and the angels have been going to war for me because there's been a block on me. And if you look at my videos, you'll see I get nowhere. And I don't know if that's my side of spirit, like the positive, the light, or if negative entities have put like a hex on me. Either way, I'm not getting anywhere, but I still create because I do the work of the light. But a video come up and said that the devil laughed because they always knew I was going to be successful. And effectively those that were trying to come against me to stop me being successful, they were so naive. And effectively, the devil has to collect. So when they've sort of wished for my downfall and things, it's just playing into the devil's hand, like almost like they have to play the game, if you like. But they knew they were never going to stop me, and my breakthrough's coming. So anyway, I'm not sure how true that is. I'm definitely not asking Spirit about that. I don't go down the negative path. I could ask, but I'm not getting involved with that. Is Hecate aware of who I am? Hecate. Oh, for love of God. You saw me shuffle. Temperance again. And I'm getting huge goosebumps. And bear in mind, this video is about Hecate. And she said, and they said you're one of the chosen ones for their path. I will have to delve into Hecate because I'm not aware. You can't be aware of everyone. What's the back of the deck? Exhaustion. Yeah. That means they're aware of my journey more than anything then, if the exhaustion one. I feel like that, because that's how I am feeling. I'm absolutely wrecked. Trying to think who else. One I keep thinking about, it comes to my mind an awful lot, and I don't know why, and that's Joan of Arc. It's weird, isn't it? These are prominent cards coming out, by the way. There's going to be someone that doesn't know who I am, you'd want to assume. Is Joan of Arc aware of who I am? Oh, that's too many cards. That's too many cards. Got wish fulfillment, though. They're nice cards. Got generosity. Got working hard. Working at your craft. Got wish fulfillment. Fast communication and will of fate changing in your, like, so things are changing. It's fated. Destined change. So it's like they're aware of my journey, I guess. Well, that's what that points to anyway. Crazy. Fears. Fears getting in the way. I see that as exhaustion as well, because I'm exhausted to shit. I don't know, like, amazing amount of people from history at the moment, really. Like I say, my guides are very powerful. To put that into perspective, I've asked them. One's from ancient Egypt, potentially a god, because I did ask you a god. Are they a god? And I got Justice card, which I just don't like to make grand statements, you know. But internally, I feel they are a god. Very powerful. And the other one is a philosopher, which makes sense because of my intelligence and the way I think. It stands to reason you'd have these around you because they have similar, similar ideals to you. Well, Page of Swords or the Moon. It's like venturing into the unknown as a young whippersnapper. So yeah, we're all on certain parts of our journey, of course. Trying to think else to ask for history. I kid you not, I'm getting really powerful cards. These are like major arcana cards, by the way. These are not like little tiny cards here that could be a yes or no. They're like massive cards. Five of Swords, King of Pentacles. Didn't actually ask anything, but that's crazy. So we've done Jesus. Let's think. Done Jesus, done Archangel Michael, done Hecate now. We've done Joan of Arc. We've done Mary Magdalene. We've done Buddha. I did Buddha yesterday. Everyone's just said beautiful things, you know? And that's what I try and get through to people. It's like, it's not how, if you can have them appreciate your journey, and then for them to appreciate your journey means you're doing something great. Let's be honest. It means you've sacrificed for years. Like, I've been on a 7-year journey with very little reward, financially or physically, like tangible reward. But myself, my growth, who I am, it's been incredible. I wouldn't trade that for any currency. And because I've seen that growth in myself and the connections deepened with spirit, I wouldn't trade that for anything. It's like, it's only going to increase, you know? And that's priceless. You can't buy those connections. That's the thing. These connections, there's no value to it. You couldn't buy it. Some people would be like, even a wealthy person might look and go, oh, I want that. I'd buy that. I'd love to have a connection to Jesus, to have answers. You know, that seems a grand statement to make, of course. But you can't buy that. You have to build that and grow that and be deserving of it, really. But anyway, it's for each their own. like I said, that's what I'm saying. It's priceless. It's like, but yet so many people are so foolish. They chase the material in this world. Like again, nice to have things. I have things, but I don't think I have that much. I have things enough to keep me occupied, but even I have like a reality to say, look, I don't need a crazy amount more because I have things to do. I need time to do them. By the way, if you look in the top right there, which is 1661 on the likes, I just noticed that's synchronistic. Quite crazy. Bit weird. They almost got like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well with the likes there on the comments to the side. Bit mental. Shame this ain't a live video where we can ask whether anyone could come up with someone from history I could ask questions of. Justice Tower death. So that's new cycles, new beginnings. Doing the right thing. Standing on business. Don't know why that exploded. It's a big card though. Yeah, change it. It's a brand new cycle. Brand new beginnings. Yep. Top of my head, I just can't think of any. Like I said, I've always been quite fascinated by Joan of Arc, and I don't know why. That just pops into my head. Like very, very, very important. I'll tell you who else I've got an admiration for. I've also been told, like through my guides, through my cards and stuff. I've asked. I had a previous life in ancient Egypt, not just Egypt, ancient Egypt, and I was a scholar, a scribe. So where I do my books, I did something similar back in ancient Egypt. I'd love to do a past life regression at some point. Maybe I had to do that in some way for myself. And that's the thing. I lean on me for answers. My guides, it's building that trust, and it's not for me to care what. Some people could say you're misinterpreting this, or you don't understand, or you're trying to. I don't deceive myself of anything, and I trust my guides. I trust the connection. I'll take the negatives as well as the positives. So I don't need someone to interpret things for me. I'm perfectly fine going apart my life and understanding my journey because I don't share my journey to posture. I just share it to show people what's possible. So if deities and very significant people from history are aware of who I am on the other side, then I think that's quite incredible. And it's like, I'm not going to deny that if they know. This one I don't think will, but let's do it. Does is no is Cleopatra aware of who I am? Is Cleopatra aware of who I am? That's no. But it's weird because we have we all have something we're fascinated by, and I am fascinated by ancient Egypt, which makes sense. I've had a past life there, but they don't know of me. And that's the thing. It's about being honest with yourself. You can't sit there and go, "Oh, I'm a celebrity in every timeline, every life, everything." But it seems to be the deities, the ones that have had a humanitarian path, seems to be the ones that I've got connections to. Because Cleopatra wasn't necessarily a humanitarian. She was very gifted though. Because I've asked, there's videos in the past. Now I've done so many videos, but there is a video on TikTok. I don't know if I put it on YouTube where I was asking questions about very specific questions about her path and stuff. Was her gift this? Was she misunderstood and all this? And I got loads of answers. It was really beautiful. And I'm going to include a lot of that in this in my history book that I'm doing. I'm going to incorporate the spiritual journey because I'm getting answers, and it's like I'm going to put those answers in the book, and I'll make a point that this is the answers I got through this. So it's up to people what they perceive, but it's like I'm challenging history pretty much as well. I think that's really important. I don't really know who else there is really in terms of like humanitarians. I was making a point before. Sometimes the most evil people in history get remembered, doesn't it? But then I think there's some very special, positive people. In my head, I was thinking Dalai Lama, and then all of a sudden the Ace of Cups flies out, and the way it went flying there is mad. Ace of Cups. That's a love, cup of love, healing. Yeah, eight of cups at the back. Is there a lot of attention in the spiritual? Is there a lot of attention in the spirit realm of my journey so far, or just journey in total? Is there a lot of tension in the spirit realm of my journey? Well, I don't think they want to. I was going to say I don't think they want to answer that. Shit. King of Swords. That points to yes, because that's a very. I'm sharp with my words. I'm a communicator. King of Swords. They're watching me take on the world. They're watching me speak my mind. And I see swords as things like clarity, justice, knowledge, wisdom. And that's what they're seeing in me. And they're watching. Oh, wow. Back of the deck. Fiery, passionate. So back of the deck, fiery, passionate. Outspoken, I guess. But then also someone that's very firm with their words, boundaries, and justice. That's nice. So on the spirit realm, there's a lot of attention on me. Which makes sense, really, when we've had so many deities say some beautiful things. The thing is, once you get to that point, though, you don't worry about so much, life, because the end of life and all that, that's just where you return. And like I said, I'd rather fulfill everything I can in this life. And then when you return, you're proud. And you fulfilled an awful lot of what you're coming to do. You may not fulfill everything, because I think that's a hard task. Like, effectively, we've got a lot of boxes to tick, So when we waste time, it's like you just really are wasting a lot of time. Yeah, keep moving forward, keep traveling. Keep leaving the past behind. Keep getting that an awful lot. But yeah, the Hecate one was very serious, wasn't it? So we'll need to look up Hecate. Let's have a look. Hecate. How'd you spell it? Hecate. Hecate is a goddess in ancient Greek mythology and religion. She is associated with many things, including magic, witchcraft, sorcery. The night, light, and moon. Hecate is the goddess of the night, light, and the moon. Might make sense as to why I can't sleep. Crossroads. As the goddess of crossroads, Hecate is thought to watch over all paths, directions. Protection. Hecate is believed to protect from witchcraft and drugs. Also the protector of entranceways. Hecate is the goddess of ghosts and necromancy. In later depictions, Hecate is shown as having 3 forms or bodies. Hecate is not entirely evil or good, but is loyal and compassionate to her followers. She was popular with the witches of Thessaly, had a sanctuary in Legina, Asia Minor. Interesting. It is interesting because I hadn't been on holiday for a long time, and I've been to Crete twice in the past 2 years. And Crete is a Greek island, so I find that strange, especially with all this said. So yeah, we'll let this continue, and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, wow. They tried to put society in general, or life, or your parents, or human beings in general, they tried to put what it is that you represent in a box. 114. They tried to put what you are in a box. And I'm seeing, like, I'm specifically looking at the 2 owls here, and the fact that she's holding the 2 owls, and I'm seeing them kind of like mesh together. And with duality and with misunderstanding, it's like you exist as one, as everything, as nothing. And that's why people, they try to copy you, but they can't succeed at it. And that's why maybe even you annoy people that try to copy you, because they're trying to take from what it is that you represent, but they're unable to, because your energy represents something so much bigger than what is able to be created from human form. You were born with it. Others try to snatch it away, try to copy it. It's different. You were born with it. That's part of your energy. That's part of who you are. That's part of your truth. So others trying to copy it, others trying to steal it away is futile, is what I'm hearing. It's like I'm seeing venom. It's like that symbiote or whatever it's called, that it needs to match with the vessel. Your vessel matched with that energy. They can try and take it away temporarily, but it's not going to hold. You might have been worried in the past of connecting with people or of being seen, of receiving support because others try to snatch it away from you. But I'm seeing Hecate again, like it's as if like she's creating a bigger armor for you. It's as if everything that happened to you up to this point is creating something new for you to be able to sustain the power that you were born with and you were born into by allowing your vessel to integrate this new power. There's a gift of support, a gift that is coming in here for you, that is going to awaken you. 313 again, 242. Do I say it? No. You might be expecting, you might be expecting a gift, but you're trying not 333 to think about it. You're skipping readings, or you're skipping messages on that, or you're skipping movies or shows that give you kind of like a hope, because you know that you need to be surprised, you know that you need to receive it in a miraculous way. So you're trying to kind of like stay away from it. You're trying not to think too much about it. But know that you are. You are on your way with the river of blessings. I'm literally seeing you're on a boat and you're going to El Dorado. You're there. You're unlocking a completely new power because you gave yourself over to the divine. You gave yourself over to the higher power. And this is why people can try to copy you. People can try to do whatever they want. They can talk shit. They can do whatever it is. They can try everything, but they can never touch you. Because you were willing to do things that others were never willing to. You were willing to give yourself over to the divine. Whereas others, they stayed attached to the 3D. You were willing to give up your entire being and even maybe your life for the divine, for your purpose, for your power. And that's why you're untouchable. That's why nobody can copy you, because they can't, they stop. It's like there's something about you, you're going through, like there's for example, fire, you go through the fire, whereas others would stop. You go through the fire and you're like, if I have to burn and die, that's what it is. But if I feel like going to the fire, I'm going to go to the fire. You've always followed your intuition. And there's something that's being created here for you. And I'm hearing this is your confirmation. Yeah, go with the flow, letting go, cleansing and receiving. This is your confirmation that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing. And know through this shift as well, that as you allow yourself to be cleansed, I'm seeing through water, so maybe water baths, like going to the spa, whatever it is, 244 might be significant here. As you allow yourself to be cleansed, you're going to find a new sense of gratitude for the life that you're living. Affirmation work is going to be needed as well. It's going to be important. The grimoire, there's a lot of affirmations work. There's videos as well on how to do affirmation. There's the energetic updates. Everything is in the grimoire linked in my bio. But affirmation work is going to be really important here as you cleanse yourself of the old, as you let go of the old as well. As you let go of the old timeline. I feel like you let go of the old timeline and now the timeline is being yanked away. I feel like you worked so hard to let.
That is really weird, because I say I've been feeling like the shift's coming. I feel relaxed in it, you know. Like there's no certainty in my life at the moment, but at the same time I feel comfortable in the unknowing. I feel comfortable that whatever's coming is coming. I don't know how it unfolds, but I have no doubt of it. I don't know the exact time frame, but I don't think it's too far into the future. So it could be tomorrow, but then it could be in 3 months, it could be in 6 months. But I think either way, I think this time next year, my life is going to be incredibly different. I felt it before in the past, but I do feel a very strong urge now because I feel so peaceful with it. And usually, you know, that's really when it's coming. When you finally let go, but there's a real feeling of letting go, you know? Exactly what she's saying.
Let go of what the old timeline represented. You worked so hard to let go of what the old timeline represented that now the old timeline is being snatched away from you. Like even if you wanted to go back in your moments of weakness, it's no longer there. It's being snatched away from you. There's no going back. You did the work. There's no going back. And I keep hearing, like, maybe you feel like you're running behind, or you fear being left behind because you're seeing, I'm seeing like imposters. Maybe you're seeing imposters, or you're seeing energies around you that are trying to take, maybe like I'm seeing it like at the job, maybe you're going on vacation at work, and you're scared that someone is going to come in and snatch your work, so you don't want to go on vacation. Like there's something like that about corporate America is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing something about marketing, about management. I'm seeing like a big building, like maybe in New York, a skyscraper, Dubai. I'm seeing Palestine as well. So there's something here about like something about being scared to take a step back because of who will take a step forward. But I'm hearing it's as if let it go the way that it needs to go. Nobody can take your position. Nobody can take your position. They will make a fool of themselves.
Holy crap. She's put 2018 to 2025 at the bottom. 2018, 2025. 2018 is when I finished Family Court, and it was around these periods when I really had my my spiritual awakenings, my breakthrough, when things started to evolve, you know. So that's quite crazy. It's 2025, like next year. That's where I'm getting a lot of signs like the breakthrough's coming. Yeah, it's quite crazy.
This is what I'm hearing. Yeah. 3-3 is significant. 2-5. You might be feeling a little bit more anxious than usual. Yeah. Flow. Flow. Your comfort zone is really overactive. I'm hearing like type A personality, control freak energy. Like you're overworking, like there's something here about constantly overdoing it, overgiving. That's your comfort zone. And right now you're being pushed out of your comfort zone, which feels even more uncomfortable because you're going to the other side where you're not overdoing things. You're just being, you're existing in your worth, in your new level of comfort. So it feels uncomfortable before it feels comfortable. So you're right in that mist of things where the anxiety, the fear comes up because you're being stretched away from the old timeline of overdoing.
Yeah, because in my eyes, it's like if you're not creating, then you're being left behind. Bit what she said there, really, where you know, if you take a step back, and it feels like that sometimes. Like, you know, time's so short supply. I feel like if I haven't got, this is how it feels. I think it's only natural. Is you create, you don't get recognition for it. It doesn't succeed. In a way, it hasn't been successful yet. I don't doubt of the success that comes from it. But in terms of the success after you created, you're thinking, oh, well, I can't, if it hasn't been successful there, I can't just leave it. You can't just leave it where it is. So that means now I've got to create something else. And maybe that'll get noticed. And then all the previous stuff gets noticed, you know? And that's kind of what it feels like. So you feel like you've always got to be doing something and building and creating. But it comes a time when you've literally just got to let spirit take control, or let time just catch up, and let people be ready, really, and then they will see it. So you don't always have to just keep working yourself to death. It's like you've done the work. But I do know, like for instance, the upcoming book, the spiritual one, I think is really, really important. Even though I've already got a spiritual book, Losing Mind and Find Your Soul, I know this next one's vital, not just for me but for others. You know, it's going to be a really deep book. And I'm already like, while she's talking, thinking about like what I'm doing for the final chapters for that book as well. So I'm always thinking about things, you know. My mind is in multiple places sometimes. But it gets exhausting, and sometimes I feel incredibly guilty when I'm not doing something. Yeah, it weighs on me. I've got an awful lot of pressure on myself, internal.
To just be. But where for others being is natural because they haven't lived the life that you lived of overgiving, for you being is subpar because you've always been there. It's like, so you being at a normal level for you is lower vibration because you've always been at a higher vibration. But it's not that your vibration is lowering, it's just that you're finally finding balance. You've never lived in balance. It was either one extreme at the bottom or one extreme at the top. So now that you're in balance, for you it feels weird. It feels weird. It's normal because you've always been at the top. You've always been running. You've always been jumping. You've always created something new and thinking about the next step and thinking about what else. And now you're just there at that balance of being, of existing. It's normal. Go with the flow. Call in the power. Call in the support. Find the gratitude within. Sit and allow yourself to find gratitude for the present moment, for the gifts that are coming your way. You're not meant to know. You're not meant to know, but know that you are receiving. Everything is going to be given to you better than you think, and effortlessly is what I'm hearing. absolutely effortlessly. 911 is significant. It's the end to the beginning. I love you. You got this. And 911. And don't forget that if like this gets like yanked out of the US, IG or YouTube, everything is on my link tree. 919. Love you. And I'm hearing.
Yeah, so like I say, that made sense to me. Made a lot of sense to me. Oh, how'd you get rid of all this? Yeah. Can't really add further to that, really, can I? I mean, I think it's covered an awful lot. And yeah, I think I've shared too much, to be honest. I've said so much on my journey. It's like, really, I need to be focusing on the book now. So I know I got to stop doing these recordings. That's just me constantly working and working and working. I'm exhausted. I am beyond ridiculously exhausted. And I can't keep stretching myself so thin, you know? I think to keep pushing myself to do videos. But I like doing it. I like talking on camera. And I know it's the way I can directly help people. It's far more easy for someone to access a video than I think read. Not everybody has the capacity to read. That's what I notice. But I have to give a moment, I think. So yeah, anyway, I'm only giving people a window into my life, and you can see the very gifted people too, who are also on a similar path, because you can see them talking, speaking. You know, we obviously got very similar mindset and very similar ideals and very similar beliefs and signs and the things we do. You know, so I think that's an important part of the journey too. It's not just like I'm saying it; you're literally seeing other people have a similar experience. And the thing is, just because someone else hasn't had that experience, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So I think that's something to consider, really. Is that just because we haven't sometimes experienced something doesn't make it unreal.